Hello, YouTube.
안녕하세요, YouTube.
I am Jeremy Zapanta, and this is my friend Sean Ho.
Shanha.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today?
I don't know. I think we're talking about U.S.'s debts to other countries.
You know, why did George Bush send so many troops? Look at us, we're in debt. You know, United States owes their debts to everybody around the world. How are they gonna pay the debts?
Because Bush don't see average butthole. You
Look.
see average. He don't even know how many troops he's sending to other countries.
Wait, if the U.S. has to pay all their debts to different foreign countries, what's gonna happen to the U.S.?
And they're probably gonna keep raising the taxes till they pay off all their debts.
But how are they gonna pay the debt? Like, are they gonna?
Easy. We work for the money. We give them the money. They spend it. We go back in debt. Either way.
Now tell me earlier about the debts part. Like, the United States comes in debt, and
look. There's like armies, and we get stuff from like Taiwan, India, Japan, Korea, Philippines, and the little small stuff. And I don't see what's the point of U.S. having to buy all that little small stuff, because really it's pointless, except to entertain little 5-year-olds. We should, just stop having to pay for such little things. If it's like food, like imported food, that's fine. But when it comes to little tiny Japanese toys, why should we have to suffer from the taxes from that? And we need to stop this damn war.
Okay, now tell us about the U.S. in debt. Like, when they're in debt, what did you say?
Yeah, when the U.S. comes in debt, don't you think they're just gonna end up robbing us of more money? It's like, hey, we worked our butts off for that money, and they just spent it. Like, what do you gotta say to this?
Well, if the U.S. is in debt, wouldn't they be debt with themselves? Like,
Yeah, then they're gonna ask other countries for money, and then they're gonna pay them more debts.
Yeah, but the money, like, depending on what country, the currency isn't that high. So either way, you go back to be poverty.
Man, either way, either one of the new presidents or Bush just end this damn war now. We need to stop buying so much gasoline from other countries. Just buy your own little area of oil that the U.S. can use, so we don't have to pay more debts. It's like, jeez, Bush, make up your mind. No offense.
And George Bush, what else did you say? C minus?
C average. C average president. I wonder how his dad run the society when he was in term, but I don't know. All I can remember is him being either him or either the father or our president George W. Bush right now being in the movie Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay. That's the only thing I've seen him other than doing aside from presidential issues.
And didn't also George Bush say that he says that China's economy is a threat to the U.S.?
Well, isn't that his decision?
I mean, a lot of people see us as a threat.
Well, that's because the whole stereotype. Asians are the smartest people in the world, but we have small dicks.
You did not just say that.
Well, hey, all I'm saying that's from what I hear from stereotype people. I'm not trying to offend any race of Asia. I'm just saying that's what some people in the U.S. think about us.
You mean like next door neighbors?
Yeah, next door neighbors. Like, what's that girl's name?
I don't know.
I don't know. I heard they were just like some fat girl in the back of this guy. Some fat girl in the back of this house. She's like really annoying, and every single time I come over to his house, which we are right now, this girl like nags at us, like 24/7.
Okay. Back to the government stuff. Now, about George Bush.
I don't know. Well, George Bush had a pretty good reign, but when I read the Korean newspapers, I see him, touching shoulders and shaking hands with the Korean president. I'm thinking, are they brothers now or something? Like, okay, we're good alliances. Do you have to make it so obvious to the public?
Like brotherly love?
Yeah, like what he said. It's stupid. And if you're wondering why I'm just doing this, because I'm using the chair as an armrest.
Sure. Well, my personal thing is, why would George Bush just get like a chunk of oil reservoir then we can get our gas there. So every month or every once a year, we go ask for a country for some oil. I mean, every time in the news, George Bush asks Saudi Arabia for more oil, and yet the gas prices go high.
Well, this is one thing of Bush. Just execute Osama now and stop having to pay oil from them.
I mean, why would you need cars? I mean, most Americans are obese. Beast!
Well, no offense to any obese Americans
For
here.
anybody who's watching this video, we're not racist. We are not discriminators of race, gender, or any whatsoever. We're not racist.
We're
But
just
truth is,
we're just
we are
pointing
obese.
out what we think about life. Like, I'm just, back to governmental stuff. I just think we should stop, overloading our businesses to other countries. Like, I feel like in like Vietnam or China, they open like 100 Walmarts around China or Vietnam or whatever country that opened 100 Walmarts there. I'm thinking we're selling that. We get materials from there, like China, and they send us that material. But you know what? We send it back to them, and they buy it from themselves. So technically, they're just paying for their own stuff.
What else? That is also true. In this one news, he was shaking hands with the Chinese president Hu Jintao, like this. Well, I mean, you just said that China's economy was a threat to the U.S. and you're shaking hands with him, and
Oh, Kaloi, what is like this? Cause I hear rumors a couple times like saying, if Bush hates China and he's shaking hands with the Chinese president, and I hear people saying, I think he's on weed.
I mean, make up your point, President. You say his country and the people there are a threat, but you still are friends with the president of China. Are you like an imposter?
No offense, we're just saying it's kind of confusing. Like, you say one thing and you change your mind about the other thing.
No. George Bush is an average C- student.
Hey, no offense to you, Bush, if you are watching this, we just hear this rumor.
How's that for freedom of speech?
And he's using the Korean accent too.
And I think that's all we have for now. I got nothing
Yeah,
to say.
this is the Asian channel
Talk show.
featuring me, Ha and Jeremy Zapanta. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.